Welcome to It Starts with Clarity, real conversations at life's crossroads. I'm your host, Ellen Gibson, and today we're diving into something that is both simple and profound: vision. I'm not talking about eyesight, not goals, but the deep, soul-stirring vision that guides us forward. The kind of vision that allows us to dream again, to see the life we want before we start building it. So let me ask you a question. When was the last time you really let yourself dream? For many of us, life has dulled that sense of possibility. We've been too busy managing, surviving, fixing, pleasing, earning to actually dream. And before we can ever gain clarity, we must have something to become clear about. That's where vision begins. As children, we were experts at vision. We could see ourselves as astronauts, dancers, superheroes, bakers, inventors, all before breakfast. No one had to teach us to imagine. It was wired in. But somewhere along the way, the world taught us to shrink, to be realistic, to be responsible, to be careful. And sometimes those messages didn't come from the world in general. They came from people we loved, people who were scared, people who had given up on their own vision. And so we started listening to their version of our life instead of tuning into our own. If we want to reconnect with vision, we must first filter out the noise. Not every opinion deserves your energy. Not every voice deserves your obedience. And not every should is sacred. Just because your family says you're good at accounting doesn't mean you should become an accountant. Just because your boss sees you as a manager doesn't mean you were born to manage. Just because your life looks good on paper doesn't mean it feels good in your spirit. Clarity can't grow in a crowded room of other people's expectations. Vision is personal. It's sacred, and it requires silence. Time to go within and ask yourself these questions. What do I want? What excites me? What would I love if I weren't afraid? Sometimes it's not just the outside noise we need to release. It's those old stories within us that whisper, "You don't get to have that." Or, "You already messed it up." Or, "You're too old." Or, "You've missed your chance." Those stories are heavy, and they often come from old pain, past traumas, disappointments, or wounds from people who didn't believe in us when we needed them most. But here's the truth. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to rewrite the story. And you are absolutely allowed to have a new vision for your life, even if it doesn't match your past. Your inner child, that part of you that used to dream big, is still in there. And guess what? He or she isn't asking for permission. They're asking for your attention. So let's play a minute. Close your eyes, unless, of course, you're driving. Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow and nothing is holding you back. There's no fear, no debt, no timeline, no judgment. What do you see? Where are you? Who's around you? What are you doing with your time? What are you creating? And how does your heart feel? Let that sink in. Let it stretch you, because that vision is where clarity begins. Having vision isn't about having it all figured out. It's about allowing yourself to dream again. It's about trading self-doubt for curiosity. And it's about choosing your life on purpose, not just defaulting into it. So today, I want to give you permission to dream, permission to want more, permission to imagine a life that feels aligned, fulfilling, and free. Clarity starts with vision, and vision starts with you. Thank you for joining me today. If this episode stirred something in you, I'd love for you to take one small step. Write down one sentence about the life you want. Not the whole vision, just one spark. You can build from there. If you found this helpful, please follow and share this podcast with someone else at a crossroads. And if you're looking for support in building your vision and finding clarity, come connect with me at pivotpointme.com. Until next time, remember, it starts with clarity and it continues with courage.